I'm Rachel Bell, and this is Your Last Meal, the show where celebrities share stories about the foods they love most, and we dig into the history, culture, or science of those meals with experts from around the world. Today on the program, Gaby Dalkin, who is best known to her millions of followers as What's Gaby Cooking. Gaby is a best-selling cookbook author and chef. She has a line of spice blends called Dalkin & Co. And without doing any cooking, you can taste her California-style cuisine at Gaby's in Neighborly Food Hall in Westlake Village, California. Questlove also has a food stall there. Gaby loves Sonoran-style Mexican food, so I jumped at the chance to interview the owner of Caramello, a Sonoran-style tortilla maker who makes the best flour tortillas I have ever bought. That's coming up later in the show. But first, my conversation with Gaby Dalkin. You were a picky eater growing up?
The pickiest. I was the pickiest eater growing up. I ate grilled cheese and buttered noodles until I was like 17 years old. And that is not an exaggeration.
So how did you get into cooking and end up going to culinary school?
I got into cooking. I mean, I started being interested in it in high school because I was watching Food Network at the time and just like learning all these cool things. I didn't really start getting adventurous until after college. But while I was in college, my husband and I, we were just dating then, but we both played D1 college tennis. And I was on the women's team, he was on the men's team. And before big matches, I would cook for everyone. And I would make the only thing I was comfortable making, which is chicken parmesan and pasta, which is kind of like the perfect pre-match meal. And I would have everyone over to our apartment. I just loved the act of having everyone around the table. And then after college, I just got a job in PR, marketing, fashion for 6 months before the company folded. This was in 2008. When the company went under, I was like, I'm going to go to culinary school rather than try and find another job right now, because that feels really complicated and hard to find something fresh out of college right when we're in the middle of a recession, essentially. So I went to culinary school, and that's when I got over being picky, because my teacher looked at me and she was like, girl, you're never going to make it in this world unless you learn how to eat a mushroom or cook a fish or whatever it was. And I was like, I will take that as a personal challenge.
I'm still interested, though, that you found your way to culinary school. If you entered it picky and, you're just kind of like cooking a little bit for this team. I mean, did you have an intention of what you wanted to do with that education? Okay.
No, I had no intention of going into the food world full time, period. I just went to culinary school because I loved feeding people and having them around my table. And that gave me such joy that's kind of what inspired going to culinary school. Like, I wanted to be able to cook for my friends in a more robust way. I started culinary school working as a private chef and What's Gaby Cooking, which was truly just a blog back then, all the same week.
Oh, the same week. Wow.
Yeah.
And that was in 2009 when you started your blog, right?
Yep. And it was so ugly. And my pictures were so tragic. Come a long way.
I had a blog then too, and it's still up, and I haven't looked at it for years or contributed to it for like
oh my God.
15 years.
Go look at the pictures. And it's so funny.
It's so bad because I thought they were really good pictures,
Me too. But were they all macro? Like, my pictures were so close. Yep. It was psychotic.
And I was obviously using like a digital camera. We didn't have camera phones, really.
Right.
I didn't.
Yeah, no, you had like a little Sony point and shoot or something.
Yeah, totally. Yes. After culinary school, Gaby continued private chefing and cooking for families in the Los Angeles area. But her last private chef job was working for a high-profile celebrity and her family. How did you get that job, and give a few details about what it was like working for her?
In many places where there's a lot of like domestic work, whether you're hiring a nanny, an assistant, a private chef, whatever, house manager, there are agencies that do the staffing. And I remember I was close with one of the women who owned an agency here in LA. And she called me one day and she's like, I have this client. I have, 57 chefs on my roster. I don't think any of them are the right fit except for you. Like, they don't want a restaurant chef. They don't want someone coming over in a white chef coat. They want someone who can like really fit into their friend group, for lack of a better word, and be a part of like that vibe. Like, they're not looking for anything pretentious or serious or anything like that. And I was like, who is it? She was like, it's Jessica Simpson. And I grew up watching the Newlyweds, and I was like, come again? Like,
yeah,
what?
Like,
you want me to go cook for Jessica Simpson? Sure. So I did. And it was amazing. She was so much fun. She actually eats very similarly to me. She's a Texas girl. I grew up in Arizona. So, like, Tex-Mex, Southwestern food is both of our love languages. So, cooking for them was so much fun. And, like, I actually credit her to a couple things. Watching her run her business, I think, really helped me get What's Gaby Cooking going because I watched her ask for exactly what she wanted. And I then in turn put that in place for my business. And also, she never apologized for who she was. And she, plays into that maybe when the camera's on. But I was like, that is so cool. She's not acting. Like, she's just funny and silly. And when I'm starting What's Gaby Cooking, I have no desire to put on a face that I'm not. So she also was the best. She'd be like, we're having 4 people over for dinner. So I would show up for ingredients to cook for 4 people. And then 2 hours before dinner, she'd be like, 47 people are coming over for the game. And I'd be like, okay, so I would make a terrible contestant on a competition TV show because nothing phases me anymore. Like, if you want me to prep for 4 and then cook for 60, okay, cool. Like, give me 35 minutes and I can probably make that happen.
Yeah. And also, I'm sure that's part of what she liked about you was that you didn't, roll your eyes or get freaked out about it. You're able to roll with it. Yeah.
Correct. Like, we're having pasta, but like, I will feed everybody.
What were a couple of the things that you made that she really liked that you still make today or that you're known for?
Well, I mean, she made Slutty Brownies famous. Slutty Brownies is a layer of cookie dough, Oreos, and brownies all baked together. And she talked about it while she was pregnant with her first daughter on Leno or something like that, and broke my website because we had so much traffic. And I still make Slutty Brownies all the time. I call them something else, whatever comes to my mind, because like my daughter's now almost 5 and I don't need her saying that.
Yeah.
But I would make her loaded salads, chicken, vegetables, feta, good vinaigrettes, like very California style food, which is how I like to cook. And then, the nod to our Southwestern roots. So there were a lot of enchiladas. We had nachos when there were people coming over for like lunch. Like, it was very balanced, which is how I run What's Gaby Cooking.
It's so interesting too, like the intimacy of just even knowing what people are eating all the time. I mean, I always think of a fridge as a horoscope reading. Like, I love looking in people's fridges, and it's not a judgment thing. It's just interesting to see what you have or what they don't have in there. I mean, sometimes people have really empty fridges. It was like the most telling thing to me.
Correct. When I cooked for Jessica, her fridge was mostly, she has a lot of people coming into her house all the time. So her fridge was just like beautiful beverages, like every kind of sparkling water you could ever imagine, everything you could want. It was just gorgeous. But I'm like, but where are the eggs? Like, it was like,
yeah, where's the butter?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I got to really get my hands in there and bring in all sorts of different things once I started cooking for her. But I agree with you. The fridge is the fastest way to get to know someone.
I briefly had a column in The Stranger, which is an alt weekly here in Seattle, where I got to go into the homes of notable people, look in their fridges, and talk to them about what was inside. It was fascinating, a true sociological experiment, and I got to live out my nosy voyeuristic dreams. I really have to find a way to bring this column back. So I'm curious about how you recipe develop for cookbooks versus the website versus social media, how you come up with so many recipes, but then how do you decide where they're going to go?
That's a great question. I have a running list. I have multiple lists. I've got one on my phone. I've got one in my Google Docs. I've got pieces of paper laying around on my desk where I just jot down ideas. Maybe it's something that inspired me while I was traveling. Maybe it's something I had at a restaurant. I saw a piece of produce at the farmer's market that like piqued my interest. I think a book is far more comprehensive of a project than my website. Like, I know what performs really well on my website. It's quick and easy dinners. It's fun, entertaining spreads. That's not like as heavy for side dishes and appetizers and stuff like that. So I save a lot of those for my books. But we try and roll out one new recipe a week, which is really all that we can handle as far as development goes, considering there's so much else going on. But we refresh a lot of old recipes. So the recipes back you saw on What's Gaby Cooking in 2009, 10, 11 that were hideous, we've reshot them all. We've retested them all. So there's always content coming out. It's not necessarily brand new.
That's smart. Yeah, might as well use what you already have.
Correct.
After the break, Gaby tells me what she wants for her last meal, and we will learn why the best flour tortillas in the country are being made in Lawrence, Kansas. All right, let's get to the crux question. What would your last meal be?
Oh my God. My last meal. I am feeling very Southwestern today. So there's two meals. It's either like a glass of Brunello and an incredible lasagna with like a 10-hour bolognese, but like that's just not the world I'm living in today. It's 85 degrees in LA. So today I'm going like south of the border, carne asada tacos, guacamole, a couple maybe incredible salsas, and like esquites and a margarita.
Is there like a taqueria or restaurant that you love the most?
I'm making them.
You're making them. Okay.
Yeah. In Mexico.
Oh, where?
Yeah. Somewhere in Sonora, the Sonora part of Mexico.
So break down each part, like how are you marinating the meat, etc.
Well, listen, a carne asada marinade to me is a lot of citrus notes and a lot of herbs. So I have orange juice, lime juice, cilantro, salt, probably a little garlic in there. It's not complicated, but it needs to live in there for a little bit. And then you're grilling it over an open flame until it's like lovely and charred. And we're going like skirt steak. Like I want something thin, quick cooking. The tortillas I will buy from whatever local tortilla incredible maker I encounter. And then on it, we need fresh guacamole, which is a combination of great avocados, lemon, lime, salt, pepper, and jalapeno, no tomato.
Yes.
And like certainly nothing else, like purest guacamole. I don't even need the cilantro. Like we can put that on top. And then a couple fresh salsas. So you can put different salsas on different tacos and kind of have like a little adventure. A margarita, to me, no sweetener. I just want like a really great Blanco, pure tequila, no additives. Again, lime juice, maybe a splash of orange juice, not orange liqueur, a salted and chili lime rim. We have a chili lime seasoning for Dalkin & Co. that if you mix it with salt, it makes the best margarita rim. And a splash of, sparkling water on there to give it a little fizzle. Yeah, that's my meal. Maybe some cheese. Maybe some griddled cheese goes on top too, because I love cheese.
Do you want any dessert for your last meal?
No, I'd rather eat more tacos.
Yeah, more melted cheese.
I mean, if I had to pick a dessert, I want a freshly baked chocolate chip cookie, no nuts, 2 kinds of chocolate, slightly underbaked. But like, do I need that? No, I'd rather have 2 extra tacos.
And you're from Tucson, right?
I am. So I went over the border my whole life to get tacos. I'm a Sonora girl. So I would say just over the border, flour tortillas, have that incredible like mesquite grilled carne asada. So that part of Mexico would be my dream. On a beach, preferably.
The Sonoran style tortillas have changed my life. I'm looking up now.
They're the best.
What's the brand that they're out of Kansas? I order them by mail.
I have not ordered them out of Kansas.
Oh my God. You probably
I order my tortillas from Tucson.
I was going to say you probably don't need to because they're now like Caramello. Have you heard of that brand?
No, but let me write that down because I will buy them.
I can't buy tortillas from the store anymore.
No.
They're so bad.
Caramello tortillas. I found them.
Yes.
Oh, wow. They're beautiful. These will be en route to me by the time we are done with this podcast. Mm-hmm. Do you get 6-inch or 10-inch?
I get both because I like to have some for tacos and some for burritos. And they have duck fat, pork fat, and avocado oil. And you can almost see through them, which is, what you're looking for.
They have avocado and pork fat right now.
I think they're equally good, honestly.
I'm getting them all. Oh my God, it's a 4-week lead time. Wow. Shout out to Caramello.
And it's been like that for years.
Vista Hermosa is the closest I found to like a great flour tortilla in the refrigerated section at like a Gelson's, Ralph's, Erewhon, something like that. But they're not easy to find everywhere. When you find a great taco shop that can make tortillas for you, hold on to them for dear life.
For her last meal, Gaby wants to make carne asada tacos, esquites, and a margarita in the Sonora region of Mexico. You know esquites, it's the Mexican street corn. Charred corn cut off the cob, mixed with mayo, cotija cheese, lime, and chili. In most regions of Mexico, corn tortillas are king. But in Northwest Mexico, in the state of Sonora, people primarily eat flour tortillas. I ate my very first Sonoran-style flour tortilla at Sonora Town in downtown Los Angeles in February 2020. You guys write this stuff down in your diaries too, right? Sonora Town instantly became one of my favorite burritos in the world. I had never heard of Sonoran-style tortillas. I had never had a Sonora-style burrito. And it kind of changed my life. The tortillas are stretchy and chewy and velvety. And if they're made properly with enough fat, you can practically see through them when held to the light. Not long after this tortilla awakening, I read about Caramello's Sonoran-style tortillas in Bon Appetit magazine. Some friends and I put in a big order. The tortillas blew my mind. My homemade Mexican food got so much better, and we've all been ordering them ever since. When you hear Lawrence, Kansas, you don't think, oh, best tortillas in the country. So how did you come to start a tortilla making operation in Lawrence, Kansas?
Well, it all started by moving away from my hometown in Hermosillo, Sonora.
That is Caramello's founder, Ruben Leal.
I've been in the U.S. for a very long time. And one of the things that I missed the most was a good flour tortilla. So I moved a few times. I started in Tucson. That's where I finished my undergrad at U of A. Then I moved to Texas, and then I came to Kansas. I kept moving further away from good tortillas. So one day I decided, I should just try to make them myself. And here we are. People really like them. And we started locally here at the local co-op that is called the Merc. That was our test market, and people really enjoy them.
You weren't working in food at all before this, were you?
I was not. I didn't even know I liked to work with food. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how to turn on a grill or make tortillas or anything really. It's one of those things that you immediately fall in love with it, and everything just started flowing so easily.
So what makes a Sonoran-style tortilla special?
It's very simple. It's just 4 ingredients. It's wheat flour, water, the fat, which can be either pork fat, avocado oil, or duck fat, and sea salt. That's it. They're thin, they're chewy, they can be almost flaky if you heat them up longer. It just melts in your mouth. And they're used to buying what you can find at the grocery store, which is thick, it's tasteless, or sometimes it tastes even bad because of all the preservatives. And once they try a good tortilla or how it's supposed to taste, their minds are blown away. But to me, right, I grew up with it, right? I took it for granted until I moved to the US, and obviously it was a problem that needed to be fixed.
Since Caramello tortillas have a good amount of fat and don't have any preservatives, you want to keep them in the fridge or the freezer. But Ruben says they don't have as much fat as they do in Sonora.
When I was starting the company, I remember sending samples to a grocery store in New York. What the buyer told me was, these are really good, but they're very greasy. So I went back to the kitchen and removed some fat because I thought, okay, well, maybe Americans don't want them to be as greasy. If you go to Hermosillo and try a tortilla, they're going to be even more velvety. They'll leave your fingers, a little shiny, but they're so good.
How do you prepare them? Because you don't necessarily want to eat it cold out of the bag.
We recommend customers is to just heat up your pan to the hottest setting. And once it's hot, just add the tortilla to the pan and flip it each side for a few seconds just to add the browning. Or you can also just do it on direct flame for a few seconds each side. You just want to add those dark brown spots, which gives it that really good flavor.
That's what I like to do. I like to put it directly on the flame. So good. I actually will take a whole stick of butter and I just rub it on it when it's hot so it melts. And then I just put a little salt, and I eat a lot of them like that.
That's what I grew up eating as a snack back in my parents' house. We had tortillas in the fridge all the time. And I remember just pulling one out of the bag and throwing them on the stove. And eat it just like that. And I really, really miss that. And that's one of the reasons why I started Caramelo, because I cherished that so much and I just missed that too much. And I had to recreate it if I was going to stay here in the US.
Ruben says they are cranking out 15 to 20,000 tortillas a day, but it still takes 4 to 5 weeks to get them in the mail.
At first, there was a lot of angry people upset that they couldn't get their tortillas fast enough. But lately, people, I think they understand, they get it. But yes, we want to scale up. We turn down so much business because we are always at capacity, and we really want everybody to enjoy them. I feel that restaurants do see a big difference on their dishes when they're using our tortillas. So maybe that's why all these big corporations that claim they're Sonoran style, they miss the mark, is because they're hard to replicate in a bigger scale. So that's something that we've been working, trying to find the right equipment for us to scale up without compromising quality. And I think we're almost there. We are hoping to get this new equipment next year and be able to either get into distributions or get with a larger retailer and have them more accessible to everybody. But yes, we do want to scale. We have to. The demand is there, so it will be silly for us not to at least try.
It is silly, though, for people to get mad about tortillas. It's like, there's a lot of things going on in the world right now. Like, you have a tortilla emergency? What's going on?
That's what I think to myself. Like, it's not a drug that you need to, to bring your blood pressure down, or it's an artisanal product and it takes time. And yeah, demand is high, so that's why it takes long. But
we live in this on-demand society that people have forgotten about. Like you're saying, something being artisanal, that you're making something on a small scale. Like, not everything is Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon is making it really hard. I mean, if I can order something at lunch and it's going to be here at 5 p.m.
Yeah, it freaks me out.
It does.
Meanwhile, Ruben opened a burrito window in Kansas City, Kansas, serving breakfast burritos and carne asada tacos on caramello tortillas. And I want to eat there so badly. And Ruben continues to innovate.
I would like to create a recipe for a sourdough tortilla. I know people will really want that.
Ooh, I love that idea. That's cool. After the break, I asked Gaby about her latest cookbook that was rooted in female empowerment. Gaby's latest book is called What's Gaby Cooking? Grilling All the Things. I want to talk about your last book because it's all about grilling, which is very male dominated, with the cookbooks and the men wearing black and the flames behind them. And I'm just curious what your mission was behind the book. Did it have anything to do with being a woman?
Yeah, it sure did. It was actually an idea that came to my editor, and she was like, every book I get pitched is a male grilling book, and it is all like fire and charcoal and like giant slabs of meat that take 75 hours to roast. She's like, no one is doing this for the weeknight cook, whatever gender you are. And I was like, oh, I love this idea, Holly. Like, I am all about quick cooking, grilling recipes. Like, let me sit on this and come up with a concept. And I gave her a proposal back and she bought it. But yes, listen, the majority of people who are doing the cooking, doing the shopping, doing the purchasing are women. So like, I was excited to write a book that spoke to them. My audience is predominantly women. So like, let me write a book that lets you get a really incredible, flavorful Gaby recipe on the table that also, you know, you get to be outside. Like, listen, the reason why men, I think, love cooking is because they get to leave the house and go have a beer and sit at the grill and look at their phone, talk to their friends, whatever it is. Like, I want to do that too. Like, let me catch up on my Formula One gossip while I'm throwing a steak on there and let me live my best life. So I see my husband when he goes out to grill chicken. He's like out there, he puts the chicken on, he has 7 minutes of uninterrupted time before he has to flip that. So it's a really lovely 15, 20-minute break from whatever was going on at the chaos of the house to go outside. And I was like, we deserve that too. The truth of the matter is grilling just gives you flavor that you don't always get from inside. So I was really excited to kind of tackle that world.
And the intimidation factor is silly because most people have a gas grill anyway. So you just turn it on. You're not even building a fire.
Yeah, it's true. The amount of DMs I got from my audience who were like, wow, thank you for demystifying what it means to grill and like how to properly set up a fire, turn on a propane tank, or all these different things. I was like, my pleasure. Like my goal for What's Gaby Cooking is to make people feel comfortable in the kitchen. So if that's also translates to outside on the grill, cool, I'm down.
This word gets overused and it sounds dramatic, but it is empowering. I had a mission maybe 5 years ago because I camp a lot and I'd had times where I couldn't light the campfire and you're just like, what are we going to do? And so, I kept going down to the beach here in Seattle and I was having these bonfires and like inviting friends to come, like, I'm having a breakfast bonfire. And I was learning how to cut wood. Like I got an axe.
Genius.
And it feels so good and it's so fun to chop wood. And then also like when you figure out how to do the fire and it lights so fast, I mean, to this day, 5 years later, like I clap a little for myself every time. It's like really exciting.
And like when you're doing that, whether you're cooking on a grill at the beach or a grill and you come inside and you get to like serve it and slice it and everyone's watching you, like take that credit.
Yeah, it's a little show.
Yeah.
Everything that you make looks so fresh and like so inviting, but you're not doing all these like cuckoo kind of wacky things, which I had this kind of pressure feeling when I was developing recipes for my book, because if you're on Instagram, you're seeing everyone's like coming up with the next, taco pizza ramen thing. Yeah. And this feeling of like, I have to give people something new. What is like the Gaby filter? How do you know that it's a Gaby recipe?
Well, I don't believe in trends. Like I really try and actively stay away from trends. Like right now, everything on TikTok is like ground meat in a food processor, spread out on a sheet pan that then you roll up into a salad so you get more protein. Protein. I hate it. I'm like, give me a cheese quesadilla. I'm so uninterested in your protein world. So,
I know. And the fiber. I'm like, I don't want to hear these words.
I don't. Like, I really subscribe to just eating a balanced diet. And I think that's why I've been able to stay sane. But I, as a rule, stay away from trends. Like when cupcakes were trending 15 years ago, I don't like a cupcake. Like I'd rather have a cookie. It's just not for me. So that's a rule. But I just have like an innate ability to be like, this feels like me. Is it a loaded salad? Does it have layers of flavor? Are there different textures in here? Cool. We're good. Like if I love it, it is a Gaby recipe. So I just kind of make it my own.
What is one of the recipes that has the most clicks right now on the website?
Oh my, chicken Parmesan meatballs will always be one of the number ones. It's just listen, I told you I make chicken Parmesan in college obsessively. So
I was going to say, it's your roots.
It is my roots. Anything in chicken Parmesan, that flavor profile really resonates with me. So that's one of the most popular recipes for us.
What is your take on Thanksgiving? Are you someone who is tried and true traditional, or do you like to try new things?
I love Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday to entertain for. I'm pretty traditional. I have a What's Gaby Cooking Thanksgiving menu that I really go back to every year, and I'll add in like 2 to 3 new side dishes a year. Like this year, we're doing a roasted honey nut squash with burrata. That'll run on my website. I don't go like traditional Thanksgiving. It's very like fresh, herby, bright, but there are traditional components to it. So like my turkey is a turkey, but instead of it being plain salt and pepper, whatever stuffing, there's like a very green goddessy herb butter that you shove under the skin, and then that makes a really herbaceous gravy. So it feels a little bit fresh.
Is there anything from childhood that you still make? You have to have it?
My mom's apple crisp is my love language with ice cream. It's Fuji and Honeycrisp apples and maybe a few of the green ones chopped up. Then you cover it with cinnamon and you make a streusel topping. Normal, you get it. Butter, sugar, oats, flour, chopped and put it on top. You can make it in the morning and then just let it sit on the counter. Who cares if the apples oxidize? You pop it in the oven while you sit down for Thanksgiving dinner. It cooks for an hour. So by the time it comes out, your house smells incredible. You serve it with vanilla ice cream. It is a fight to see who gets the last bite of streusel topping. It is exceptional.
I think we need more apples for Thanksgiving. I kind of forget about them because the pumpkin takes over, but apples are so good.
Do you want to hear a secret?
Yes.
I hate pumpkin pie.
Call
I know.
the cops.
It's problematic. It's like a real red flag. I am not a pumpkin pie girl.
Do you have recipes for it on your website because you feel obligated to?
Nope, I don't.
Good
I have
for
a
you.
pumpkin cheesecake. I have
Okay.
a great pumpkin cheesecake on there and a sweet potato pie that Adam developed for me, one of my best friends and my food stylist. But like, no, I can't put something on my website unless I'm obsessed with it. I would feel like an imposter.
And that was Gaby Dalkin's last meal. Go to whatsgabycooking.com. Gaby is spelled Gaby to access hundreds of her recipes, buy one of her 5 cookbooks, and check out her spice blends. She has also partnered on a chimichurri salami with Coro, the Seattle cured meat company, also known as Salumi. Thanks to Ruben Leal, owner of Caramello Tortillas. Do yourself a favor and order some. And if you're in Kansas City, Kansas, check out his burrito window, Ignacio. Your Last Meal is a product of Seattle's Cascade PBS. Go to cascadepbs.org to become a member, and for as low as $7 a month, you will get on-demand access to all PBS programming, where you will find hundreds of food shows, everything from old school Julia Child to Jacques Pepin to my show, The Nosh. This episode was produced by me with editing assistance from Isaac Kaplan-Woolner. Senior producer Sarah Bernard also edited, mixed, and mastered. Original theme music by Prom Queen. Are you subscribed to my newsletter? It's called The Nosh Newsletter. It comes out every other Wednesday, and I bring you Seattle area food and drink musings, plus a Q&A with a local notable person. Find a link to sign up for the newsletter in the show notes. And rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. I'm Rachel Bell, and this is Your Last Meal.
I have a Mexican hairless dog.
Oh,
And I was just telling my girlfriend this weekend that I feel more Mexican than all the other Mexicans here because I have a Mexican hairless dog.
did you have to import him from Mexico?
I rescued him.
Oh yeah, I was also going to say that my cat has the same name as your daughter, just so you know.
Poppy? Oh my
Yes.
God, how cute.
I know. My mom went to a baby shower years ago and the baby was Poppy and she like blurted out like, that's a cat's name. I was like,
Oh, that's
well.
awesome.
I'm like, it's a person's name too.
That's real. I love it's a good name.
Yes.
I don't eat that many tortillas anymore.
No?
Now that I have them, and I just don't now because I do the tacos in Kansas City, Kansas. I've been eating a lot of tacos, but I rarely have tortillas in my fridge. Yeah, there's no urgency for them.
You probably had to eat so many at the beginning.
I didn't. I was not mad about it. Like these are so good. I loved it.
They are so good.